On the streets of southwest Detroit, you'll find bike lanes along many of the main roads, like this one on Verner. Antoine Hill uses them to get everywhere.
Biking has been like my primary transportation.
And he loves riding his road bike.
You can just like get in the zone and you can just like sit there, you know, you got your hands on the brakes and everything. It makes you feel good, at least it makes me feel good when you're like riding the bike lane and you could just like go so smoothly and everything like that.
He rides it to his job at a bike shop called Southwest Rides, which opened up on Springwells in June. But this bike shop is a little different.
We're like completely ran off of donations, you know, but every bike you see that's like around is like a complete donation. But we completely refurbish everything, you know, and just like basically rebuild the whole bike and make sure it's like completely rideable.
And Antoine is no ordinary worker. He's an apprentice. He got this paid part-time gig through a program with Urban Neighborhood Initiatives aimed at teaching job skills. Antoine recently graduated high school at the top of his class.
I was salutatorian.
And plans to go to college. He grew up in southwest Detroit and says some kids make a wrong turn.
You turn a corner, you see someone, you know, doing something they shouldn't be doing, like setting a house on fire or fighting someone or something like that. All these negative like aspects around you, it's so easy to just fall under one of them, you know? And that's why you have to be like the bigger person and go down a positive road.
Antoine says his mom and family kept him on the right road.
I've always known my family. We never like separated. You know, we've always stayed like real tight together, and I think that's how a lot of this neighborhood is.
Kids need stuff to do in the city. It can be a really tough city in Detroit.
Money made at the shop and some of the bikes donated to Southwest Rides goes to another spoke, so to say, a youth program called Earn a Bike. The head mechanic teaching Antoine skills at the store is also the instructor of the Earn a Bike program.
We're gonna go forward down this path, okay, and see how the path curves? So you're gonna start off, and then we're gonna turn left. Do you remember left turn signal?
It's a 6-week program. Kids meet twice a week for about 2 hours, and then we go over different lessons. So each day it's going to be a different part of the bike. They've taken apart, rebuilt a whole bike, know how to ride it in the street, know how to lock it up, know how to keep their heads safe.
Emilio, Miguel, Ronaldo, and Victor spent this past 6 weeks earning the privilege of owning these wheels. They had to learn everything about their bikes, from the brakes.
You connect from here, you put the little wire, and you take the cable and the housing through the back and you install it through these things.
To the seat.
The seat, in order to take it off and on, there's this part right here to loosen it and then either like take off the rust or put a new one on.
At the beginning of the program, 12-year-old Victor Ramirez picked out a donated bike that he could do tricks on.
The type of bike it is, it's a BMX, it's made for stunts.
But before he could pop a wheelie, he had to make a few repairs.
The chain was messed up and the back wheel was loose.
Instructor Jason Fiedler taught them other skills along the way.
We hang out with bikes and tools, and they're learning things. They're learning vocab, they're learning mechanic skills, but to them it's a way different hands-on environment that they think is just fun.
At the end of this 6 weeks, kids ride home with their bike, a new helmet, and a bike lock. The Earn a Bike program started 6 years ago with just a few kids and grew into Southwest Rides bikes and boards.
We're a full-service bike shop, so from selling bikes to if you bring a bike in that's busted, we're happy to try to fix it.
The people behind the shop dedicate much of their spare time to the young people in Southwest Detroit.
I'm very passionate about active living and helping others.
The store is working on a space next to the retail store to move the Earn a Bike program from a garage indoors.
We have all sorts of dreams and visions for this space. We're going to install some benches here, really make it the young people's type of space that they want to be in.
Antoine wants to keep young people riding down the right road, especially when it starts with something as simple as having a bike of their own.
You want to give back in like so many ways because you know how it was growing up, you know, like not being able to have everything you want, and you just want to see them succeed, you know. Mainly at the end of the day, it's all about the kids, you know, and the youth.